Hello there, and welcome to Justin and the Minifans, December 19th, 2020. We are wrapping up the South Carolina week with my good friends Tim Ridgels, new Menners. He's throwing away the old Menners. He's a new man. And Madawaska Rob. Thank you, boys, for joining me. And before we get started into a quick wrap-up of the week, I know that there are a couple of announcements that you guys have regarding the YouTube channel and YouTube shows. Manners, would you like to go first?
Yeah, so thanks for having me on as part of the Manners Christmas special promotional tour. So, what was that?
Holiday special.
No, Christmas special.
Oh.
Well, it's not like we include everybody, but it's a Christmas special. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's a phrase. Obviously, it's a phrase. Yeah. So 9 p.m. Monday on the KMS network, Manners Live is returning for one night only. That's right, one night only. And the theme of the night is looking back at the year for the KMS show. So I'm going to be taking calls. So callers out there, obviously, you're going to be asking me how big my cock is and how I fucked over my employees. But in between all that, I want to hear your highlights from the year. What have been the best moments of the show, the worst moments, your memories? So, I want to look back on the year with Minifans. I'm going to be joined by two special guests. I've got lots of surprises. Monday night, 2 p.m., 9 p.m. It's
Eastern time.
I was giving you Sydney time there for a minute almost. So 9 p.m. Monday night, Manners Live Christmas special or holiday special. We include everybody. So that's it.
So even Adam the Jew can watch. Is what you're talking
Everybody
about.
Can watch.
Okay.
It's going to be long. It's going to be a long show. I reckon it's going to be at least an hour, maybe more. Get your calls ready. Get your highlights ready. It's going to be fucking wild.
Will the nipple ring be shown?
No, it's not a fucking.
It's not that wild then.
It's not that wild, no.
But so this is just going to be a one-time thing. This isn't something where if it's really successful, you would want to do this like once a month or more than that.
No, I hadn't even really thought beyond the Christmas or holiday special, but let's just see how it goes.
Yeah, that's some exciting news. And I am also joined by Tim Ridgels and Madawaska Rob, who also have a special announcement regarding the YouTube channel. You boys want to take it away?
Yeah, thanks for having us, Justin. Rob?
Yes. Want me to go?
How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. How are you doing?
You look well.
Thank you.
Are you on Valium, Tim?
No.
Why, do you have some? I'll take some.
Yes, but no.
I'll take it.
Any second now. You guys want to make it
I'll go. So listen, so we're doing a show. Me and Tim are going to do a show where we want to include literally everybody in the Mina family in this show. So I am going to be reaching out even to you, Menace, over in the left-hand corner, right-hand corner, whatever the fuck you are. Menace, Justin, the boys from Anal. I want the old KMS Rundown guys, Channel 0 guys, the Mincel Intel guys.
The Mina ladies.
The Mina ladies. Honestly, everybody. It's the OGs. I want
John Stewart.
We want one big, giant, collaborative show where we're going to get everybody involved. It's not going to be your typical StreamYard type thing that we're doing right now, which is nothing wrong with them, but it's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be more towards skits. It's going to be more towards, like my old show, Some Insane News, with a video kind of like that, with some editing going on. So here's the thing. I came on here to say, if I send you a message privately in the DMs, please respond to me because we want to make this as good as possible. So I'll be reaching out to everybody within the next week, and we're going to be hammering it out. It's going to be fun. And
so this is going to be like a weekly sort of thing?
I think so. I hope so. We're going to take it.
What time were you guys planning on?
Saturday night at 7 o'clock, probably. No, I'm just kidding.
Taking over.
I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you.
I'm still trying to find a replacement for and the Minifans. I think Red and the Minifans would be very, very.
I think it would be too. So Red's going to be involved in our thing too. We want, like Tim said, we want everybody involved, and we just wanted to do a collaborative thing. We want everybody to have some fun with it. If you have a special skill, if you have something that you think's funny, reach out to us. We'll get it going. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, keeping the same traditional format. A standard format, talk it out, have people there live. but at the same time being able to bring in some extra content, some crowdsourced content. Like I mentioned to you, Justin, we put together the Stupid McChicken Challenge in 24 hours of shitty planning, and we were able to get 10 Minifans there to work together to announce it. We had Chi Boy singing the national anthem. It was gorgeous, and there was some really, really funny stuff. And I think that's the way that we can go moving forward. Just keeping the essence of the show, but providing a little bit more dynamic content and a little bit more, community based content. So I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. I think Rob's a really good guy to help do it. So it's gonna be good.
Now, Menace,
Nice.
Menace is about to say something. What do you got to say, Menace? I see your mind cranking over there, and your mouth is about to fucking open. What do you got to say? Come on, say it. Get it out.
I don't know. It's just when Tim Ridgels is talking about dynamic content, it seems kind of I don't know. It seems hypocritical. But obviously, Rob's going to be leading that section of the content.
I mean,
Dynamic as far as not fucking fireworks and pyrotechnics. Dynamic as far as changing and different, but
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a fun variety show. I'm only joking.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. I think the YouTube network needs some new content, and I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
And I hope you partake, Menace. We're going to be reaching out. Like I said, everybody, Justin too. We already have a very specific idea for Justin, like right in our head. So we're going to make sure we got that one going too.
Oh, there we go. So let's get started into South Carolina week real quick, and I just want to touch on a couple things. Menners, I saw you tweeted out Monday show. So Monday show, I was the producer for Kirk Minahan. I believe you gave that a 90. Was it a 94 or 96 out of 100?
94, I think.
94. I thought I did okay. I didn't think I did 94 out of 100. Okay. What did you see in that show that was enough to give me an A?
Well,
Or the
primarily, what I really liked about your performance was that you dug into your own stupidity and your own sort of, crazy mind. And, as Kirk was trying to sort of bring stuff out of you, a lot of people resist, but you went head first in, and you did your best and you executed pretty well. I mean, there was a lot of times I was laughing at you during the podcast. And, as you maybe do more shows with Kirk, we'll be laughing with you at times. But I just think the fact that you sort of went in, all in, and when Kirk asked you a question, you had an answer. Whether it was bullshit or whether it was, crazy, I still think you played the game and you did a fantastic job. And look, any show without Steve is going to be well rated by me.
That's where it was coming. I was waiting for that to come around. That's what I was waiting for. The best thing about it was those Steves. Oh, there you go. It's the best thing about it.
I was going to say I must have done like half a decent job because I did just get a text message from a friend who said he wants to borrow the Qui-Gon Jinn book, but he wanted a quick synopsis in like one sentence what it's about, and I couldn't think of it off the top of my head. So he'll just
the synopsis should be: you could pay me $50,000 and I would not read that book. Was
no,
I believe
the synopsis I gave is it's about Qui-Gon Jinn. So
that's a good one.
So it should
Jesus
be
Christ.
it should be interesting. Tim, did you have any thoughts on the Monday show? Did you like it? I know it kind of sounded like shit because of StreamYard and the complications, but
you're walking into a fucking war zone, dude. You're gonna get killed no matter what. Whether it goes well, whether it doesn't go well, you're still gonna get shit on. So that's kind of your thing, and you're really good at it. So you stepped up, did it. I think Kirk's been in an extremely good mood lately. I think there's other times, like darker times, when he would have fucking lost it during that show. I think he would have fucking lost it. Maybe even pulled the plug just out of principle, just to, but I think right now he's in a really, really fun place, and I think he's having a great time. I think Steve and him on the road is an insane thing. And no, I think it was great. It was different. It was unique, and the Minifan world, it's always unique. So it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch. You take the take the wheel, kid. See what you can do. And I don't know. It was just kind of funny to watch you do it. So
yeah, I thought this week was a lot of fun. on the Kirk Minahan show. I think he said he does that on purpose. He's been doing that on purpose recently to counterbalance what he's been going on with the secret project, which sounds, horrific. And he mentioned something about, interviewing a prisoner about pedophilia and shit like that. So I think this entire week was just kind of like bonus fun content, because like they said before, they didn't really need to do any content this week. If they told Barstool, hey, we're going down here for this new podcast we're not going to be doing the Kirk Minahan show, there's no chance they would have forced them to do that. Erica, I'm sure, would have been fine with that. Dave would have been fine with that. So this entire thing was just kind of like a big bonus episode. And, I think Kirk likes it because he can get some, funniness in and, get some shit off his chest that he's thinking. I mean, I think if they weren't doing the show and this whole Brandy Love thing came down, it would have been, no one would have had any idea what that entire point was. So no, I think it's been a fun week, but yeah, Brandy Love's the next point I wanted to hit on real quick. You guys surprised by this? Are you guys, so it's like official that it's because that someone asked her, hey, Kirk is trying to get Bruce Springsteen on, and she just snapped and said, nope, no more Kirk.
I mean, come on. How much of a fucking snowflake can you be that someone has to ask for an interview? One of the greatest musicians he's obviously Kirk's idol. He's the greatest musician of all time to Kirk. And, what's that got to do with fucking Brandy Love? I mean, she was good when she was on the show, but again, it's because Kirk can make anybody good. Kirk could have had any fucking porn star on there and it would have been good content. It didn't have to be her. I've never found her attractive. I don't like her. I hate fake tits. I hate them. I'll never like them. So, and older women, like that older women, I mean, it's a fucking no, thank you. Just get me the fuck out. Justin, first of all, the I can't believe you were taking shit for exploited college girls. I've been watching that. That shit's been going on for a long time. That's like a big.
Rob, you're way too old for that.
That's been going on.
I don't want to get into this because
that's been going on for a long time. And
That's all
those
good.
girls who are supposedly college girls are in the like low 30s. Like mid 30s. There's no fucking.
That's what you tell yourself, isn't it?
There's no college girls with that experience going on. Trust me, it's very limited these days.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get into the whole I think Steve said this is just Justin exploring his kinks now on the YouTube channel. So I don't.
Coming from a guy who masturbates to still pictures. I mean, come on.
I mean, we all have our thing. Steve's thing is strange, but I mean, I just think it's. Whoever says they're a homepage guy is complete bullshit. That's the last thing I want to say.
Did you guys actually?
I sign on. I got my profile. I got my favorites. Pornhub's the one that's fucking everybody. Pornhub took away all those verified. If you're not a verified account anymore, you can't have a video on.
Yes.
Which is an insane asylum. There goes all my. I'm an amateur guy. There goes all my videos are gone. I've signed on. Like 50% of my shit was gone. It was insanity.
I'm very sorry. We will actually be starting a GoFundMe for Madawaska Rob to get back all of his amateur videos.
Amateur porn.
Yeah, Naughty College America. That used to be that was a big site back in the day.
Do you
Rapey
follow
Rob
Brandy
down there.
Love on Twitter? Did you guys follow her?
I did follow her on Twitter, and I am now blocked. I don't know about you guys, but I think she might have done that algorithm thing where if you follow Kirk Minahan, you are just officially blocked from her page, because I've been blocked. I didn't reach out to her or do anything to her. So I'm just surprised. Are you guys all blocked?
I followed her for
I'm
a
not.
day when, she first started in the world, and then my timeline just became cock, like just tits. And so I had to unfollow because it was just annoying. I didn't know how to, mute people or whatever. So I'm still currently unblocked. I asked her specifically to block me the other night, sent her a snowflake emoji. It didn't work. I don't know. It doesn't really work for me. But no, I never really followed her. I don't know. It's not my fucking thing. So whatever. But I didn't know if you actually followed Brandy Love, or how many of us did.
She's the only fucking person I think that blocks me. That's tough.
Oh,
But
Rob,
this is another instance of never meet your heroes. I mean, Paul Kirk has been beating off to this woman for years and years and years, and then he builds up this relationship, and typical Kirk form, within 6 months she hates him, and this time it's not actually Kirk's fault. For sort of a change, it's not his fault, but It just must be so disappointing. I can't imagine how badly it's going to go if Kirk ever gets to sort of meet Bruce Springsteen. I mean, I think Kirk should just throw that out the window. He needs a big distance between him and Bruce because it'll shatter all his dreams.
It's like all your years of, beating off to Tom Selleck, and then that time you met him, you're just like, whoa, oh, whatever.
Well, to be fair though, Bruce and Brandy Love are also in different atmospheres when it comes to fame. I would say Brandy Love is much closer to Kirk than Bruce. Like Bruce Springsteen doesn't interact with people on Twitter. He doesn't,
I mean, he's a rock. He's like a top 3 rock legend of all time. I mean,
yeah, he's kind of like
Three.
a god.
You don't think so?
Top 10?
Solo.
Top
I'm
five,
saying
top 10.
no, he's not really solo.
He's
He's no Nick Cave. He's no Nick Cave.
No,
I'll
you're
tell
right.
you that.
Hey, one of the best lines.
There's 3 of all time, and it's Bob Dylan, Frank Zappa, and Nick Cave. And find me another one to put in there, whatever. But that 3 right there, as far as musicians of this lifetime, not Beethoven and all that shit. Nick Cave's fucking.
Yeah, I'm a
No.
McCartney.
Who said you weren't dynamic?
I'm a McCartney guy. I love McCartney.
That's right.
Forget about it.
I thought one of the lines of the week though was Kirk saying he could wish he could take back all the times he jerked off over. Wish he could take back all the cum that he wasted. That was good.
Yeah,
That was good.
It's sad. I could see your views dropping back. I mean, he said multiple times that like he's a porn star guy. Like he would search Brandy Love and then he'd go through the Brandy Love films. So
Yeah, it's crazy. When you said porn stars today, I couldn't name you one single porn star. Not one. I
my
don't know
favorite
any.
porn star is dead.
Who's the dead
Amber
porn?
Rain. She died of a cocaine overdose a couple years ago.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Hey,
R.I.P.
yeah,
That's how she would have wanted to go, Justin.
Yeah. Fuck it.
That's how she would have
Very-
wanted to
very
go.
sad.
Remember Shannon Tweed before we get going? I always loved Shannon Tweed. She was like the softcore porn, like on Cinemax.
Okay,
Oh,
let's move on from porn and see. Menace, I want to get your perspective on this true crime podcast since
Yes.
since you are kind of in the same realm of documentary podcasts. Are you excited for this? Do you think it's going to be as big as Kirk and Steve are hyping it up to be? I mean, they seem to be putting in a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, absolutely buzzed for it. I cannot wait. And this is sort of bringing the qualities of Kirk out that we used to see a bit more in Kirk and Callahan, the sort of pseudo wannabe journalist. And I just love this side of Kirk where he gets this sort of bit between his teeth and becomes like an investigative journalist. I think it's going to be fantastic. You combine that with, Barstool probably promoting it heavily and supporting it. I just think this is going to be a hit, and I think Kirk is going to nail it. I mean, if you look at Kirk and Callahan, when he used to investigate things, his attention to detail and his his intelligence really comes out in these settings. And we haven't seen a lot of this side of him since KMS started. It's been more the fun kind of stuff, but I think this is going to be a winner. It's going to be 100 out of 100.
Well, if you remember, they tried to do what's that guy in Denver's name that Stolen Valor guy.
Albright, Benjamin Albright.
Robinson.
Benjamin Albright. They were kind of starting to look into him and do some investigative into that. And I believe Dave Portnoy said, like, we don't do investigations here. And I think there was an episode where Kirk says, what the fuck did you bring me here for? So I agree with you that there haven't really been many like investigation type of things since Kirk has been here. But I think as the relationship with Barstool has grown stronger, he came to them with this idea and they said they trust him. So they said, go for it. And I'm excited to hear when Kirk said that it sounds like it's going to be a Valentine's Day start to the podcast. That excited me to know that it's only 2 months away. And it also excited me to know that they're not done. They still have to, I think they said they might go to California or Texas or some place like that. So it's exciting. The only thing that really sucks is I was thinking about this the other day is if this wasn't for COVID, there would have been a live show in South Carolina. There would have been a live show in California. There would have been a live, like they would have turned this into an event, like Minifans. Like obviously wouldn't it be as big as like the Wilbur or maybe it would, but
World
there would have
tour,
been
though.
an event at some sort of restaurant somewhere, but because of COVID, it's just not happening.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah,
they've piqued interest to an absolute fever pitch at this point. Like honestly, I was into it. I think it's going to be a huge thing. But when they're talking about glass embedded fucking dildos and fucking barbed wire wrapped dildos in the capacity in which their investigation is going, it's really fucked up shit. And I
Yeah.
think that it's going to be another, like, you know, people love Dateline. We'll watch Dateline on a Saturday if we're just sitting in.
Mhm.
If they do it the way that Kirk is able to do it and Steve is able to do it, and you're talking about, like I said, fucking glass embedded goddamn dildos in that capacity, this is gonna be raw, it's gonna be real, and it's gonna be fucking spectacular, I think.
What I'm also
Tim,
excited
I need to record your voice, Tim, and just play
Thank you.
it to myself when I need to go to sleep. You know those like rain on the roof things? I'm just going to send you my email. Just speak for a few minutes, and when I can't sleep, I'm just going to put it on.
Hey, smooth is smooth, buddy. Like
I agree. It's got this ability to just knock me out.
Thank you. I appreciate
what
it.
I'm excited
Yours
for-
has a ability to get me going, rip me up. So
That Australian accent.
what I'm excited for is Kirk has said multiple times that this might be
Can't see your
something
hands.
he could retire with. You know, so I'm excited for what this could be post podcast. Could this get picked up by Netflix or something and turned into a video documentary? I mean, there's countless opportunities.
Well, Netflix are actually going into audio production now. They're going to start. They're producing audio only content. It's breaking news. So yeah, you might be right, Justin. Kirk might get picked up.
Well, what I mean by that is like they would, because I know a couple times with Dave Portnoy, he's talked about like why hasn't Sirius tried to buy out the Barstool Network, or you know Spotify tried to buy out the Barstool Network like they did with Joe Rogan. And I think it might be Amazon recently just signed a deal with Spotify where they have like the first rights to any Spotify original podcast to create video content. So I if this turns, I could see this like blowing up into something huge that's as big as like Tiger King or something of that like. So it's exciting. It's really exciting. I can't.
What do you know?
What do I know?
Yeah,
I know that it's a true crime podcast, and it had something to do with Brockton, and it had something to do with South Carolina.
So full of shit.
Brockton is a fucking pit of
Brockton. I have a lot of friends that live in Brockton. So.
Can you imagine how happy Carano is that he's on the inside on this? I mean, you know, he's so desperate for any sort of attention, and the fact that he's one of the few people that knows what's going on, that must, you know, give him such delight. He must be so happy in camp all day. You know, about it.
Just like when he's getting coffee at the grocery store in the morning.
Yeah,
he's just like sitting there, like pumping his coffee, like looking. I know something that you don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Carano. I mean, if anyone deserves to know in this universe, I think Carano deserves to know. He's done a lot for the show, and he's never really asked for much in return. So,
well, no, actually, Justin, he has asked for a lot in return.
Yeah,
but he continually asked for a job. I mean, he continually promotes his show, Quantum Week. I mean,
which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying, don't forget.
Up on my Patreon.
I mean, someone like John from Scranton's never asked for anything, but someone like Matt Carano definitely has. So just so we've got sort of, you know, some grip with reality here.
Will Carano come on me and Rigels' show?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes. He seems to be open to things.
He was the only one that I was like, if I reach out to him, he could hot hand me a little. Just
no, I'm a fucking $5 a month Patreon for him.
That's the same thing I said. I deserve something. Right?
Yeah.
So am I.
Menners, you like John, right? Like you hammer on him, but you like John within.
Yeah, I think John's fantastic. Well,
absolutely.
Why would you get the other impression? I think John's a wonderful guy.
Okay. I feel like the more that we hammer on each other, the more we like each other. Like I feel like that's just the way. I mean, that's the way relationships are. I mean, your buddies, you bust your balls, right?
No, yeah, I mean,
exactly. I mean, John brings it on himself.
I also want to announce a new YouTube show that I'm doing in advance. It's the wrap up of the True Crime podcast. I just want to announce that right now. I want to make sure I got in my feed there for that. So, yep, expect to see that sometime in February.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You just usurp shows as fast as you can when the time is right. Kirk said he wanted nobodies. He wanted people that people didn't know. And and so I sent you the fucking, typed it out. Me and Madawaska Rob. I had not talked to Madawaska Rob at all about that.
Nothing. No,
And so I figured that's exactly what we were looking for. People that people don't know that aren't on shit, all the time, and can try to take some shit off Justin's plate. So
Yeah,
talentless
nobodies.
talentless, fucking brainless, fucking turds. It's
that's what I'm here to do. I just want to draw the talent out of everybody. I just want to suck it, take a vacuum and just suck it all.
I will say, I know two of you might be excited, but I'm going to try to coax Steve into doing a weekly Robinson report on the YouTube channel. I know Menners and Madawaska Rob would be super excited about that to hopefully fill some sort of the gap, because last week was the last 5-day-a-week schedule for the Kirk Minahan show for a while, for at least until, this true crime podcast gets done filming and editing and everything like that.
And we still have no date for Madawaska. Nothing.
Yeah, I think it's just, trying to plan any sort of event right now with COVID is just.
Tell me about it. I have a hotel room booked for every weekend in Madawaska for that hotel. I booked literally every fucking weekend in February. I booked a hotel room just in case.
The Inn at Acadia, I have a standing.
Same thing. I'm with you.
Well, let's hope you guys get tickets, because
I'm going regardless. I'm just going to take a trip up there.
I have no idea when they're going on sale, and I really think it's up to whoever the governor of Maine is, and shit like that. So, anything else you boys want to bring up?
Yeah, I really liked the when they got on the fireplace director. For a start, I love that fireplace thing. It's kind of enchanting. Like you put it on. I've put it on Netflix the last couple of nights, and it's lovely. And I can only imagine if Tim was there, I'd be asleep within 20 seconds. But it's just very mesmerizing. And that director, when they had him on, I thought the director was playing along a little bit. Like, I think he was in on the joke. He knew, if I'm going to do this, I've got to take it seriously. And he was talking about, the way he was talking about it, like it was like, a Martin Scorsese epic. But I thought that was hilarious. That to me was that was Kirk at his best. He sees this quirky little thing on Netflix, and then they get the director on and chat to him. That was Kirk at his best.
Yeah, I will say I said this on the wrap up earlier this week, but he was because I contacted him to try to get him on the show, and he was very nervous. I think his exact quote was, "This isn't going to be like a Borat scenario, right? Where I'm getting on and getting pranked." So I think when I told him, because I think he looked up Kirk Minahan and he saw like Kirk Minahan destroys Boston Globe article about something so like this. So I didn't know if he thought that he was going to come on there and like try to be exposed or something of the like. But no, it was good. Kirk did an incredible job. And that's just kind of one of those quirky things where no other podcast would see a fireplace and then see produced by George Ford, and then go, I want to talk to George Ford and to hear the backstory on it and everything is just incredible. Incredible.
I got something. How about that fucking cunt Steve burying fucking Kevin from Bristol's song? That was a fucking great
classic
song. Like
an absolute classic.
He's like, it's too slow. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. It's too slow for your liking. It's not fucking, it's not Ronald Reagan reciting the fucking Bill of Rights. It was a great song. And I'm just like sitting there after I listened to it. I'm like, how can someone listen to this and think that it's not good? I don't.
Well, Steve will also be the first to tell you that he knows nothing about music. I've asked him a musical question before, and he just goes, look, I have no clue what I'm talking about when it comes to music. So
how many songs has he buried? How many songs has he buried? That's my question.
He said he has a terrible taste in music, so just don't trust what he says when it comes to
that must make all the parody song people sending them in feel real good about it. That must make them feel fucking real good about that.
No, I think Steve plays if there's some production into it, he'll play it on the show. But it's but no, yeah, I wouldn't take Steve's musical opinion to heart. He just
shits on the Minifans at the fucking first step. Since you started your little condescending list, Rob, I've been sort of making a mental note. On Thursday and Friday, there were so many instances of just little snipes from Steve Robinson. Someone like Dave Cullinane would never do that to the Minifans. Someone like even Matt Carano wouldn't do that to the Minifans. This is Steve being the most awful person, really. Just the way he looks down at us. He should just come and take money out of our pockets. That's all he wants to do. At these live shows, we should all just leave a $20 note in our back pocket. You just come and take it.
Well, even when he was talking about that song, Menace, he was like, I had Jay reach out to me, and Jay said this little email. I said, "Where's my song?" Like the way that he said it, I'm like, "You didn't fucking say that." I've met Jay. Yeah, he was drunk at Madawaska, but so aren't we all. Jay's like a real Providence guy. So I mean, Steve wouldn't last 3 seconds in Jay's jungle down in fucking Providence.
Fuck no, dude. No.
It's a little condescending.
And fucking Steve, did you see him in the front of that car with fucking Kirk? Who was it who said he looked? Was it Ted said he looked like Rain Man or someone? Was that? I mean, I mean, if anyone should be laughing at, we should be laughing at him sitting there with his fucking outfit and his dumb face, his little beady eyes through the glasses, and his fucking headphones. I mean, just a fucking fruitcake.
But first of all, I love Kirk was great. Kirk would when he says, "I'm not playing the game," bag, and he says he's not going to play, and then he starts yelling bag. I was fucking laughing my balls off. Oh god, too funny.
Anything else from this week you boys want to wrap up? Because I got I've been busy working on this best of, and then the monthly month by month wrap up that's going to be on the YouTube every single. I'm going to drop one month by month. Hopefully it's like 2 to 3 hours per episode of just kind of like a summary recap of January, February, March, April up until December.
I feel like Miami week was important. I feel like a lot happened that week in that it kind of brought Kirk and Barstool closer together. Then obviously Kirk had to flip out and they almost went the other way. But yeah, I think Miami seemed to be when the show started to really get into a groove with Barstool rather than just kind of being completely on its own.
Let's save it for Monday night. Menace. Let's save that for Monday night. let's save the content for Monday night, buddy.
Yes,
sure.
No, awesome. for Justin.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Justin, hey, you got 10 days left, brother. How you feeling? You got 10 days till
I feel how I feel.
11 days.
I mean, I have no idea. I don't think Kirk likes me, so I'm probably on my way out. But I'm just gonna keep on doing my thing until it's official.
Yeah.
So that's it. Hopefully, I knock it out of the park with this year in review and best of that should be coming out soon. So hopefully that turns Kirk on to me. But thank you everyone for joining me on tonight's Justin and the Minifans, and I will talk to you on Monday with Madawaska Rob on the wrap up.